Yes, day 7 of the 10-day adventure begins at Rudy's place, going in there to check email, and there's his cats, Victor and Heidi, looking pretty comfortable together. Absolutely cracks me up. They're the best little kittens, so yeah, fun to see them. Of course, the news of the day in the morning, all good for Queensland, too good, too fast and too smart, and there's some locals getting right into the spirit of it. It's a huge event. The Prime Minister saying the worst is yet to come with the economic crisis apparently, and Pink and her husband coming to the Gold Coast soon. A great story there for Gold Coast girl Samantha Stoser into the semis of the French Open, and Greg Inglis on the fly, the champion Queenslander there on the back page of the paper. But for me, day 7 was all about the night time. I was pretty tired during the day, so I made my way to Broadbeach to check out Gold Coast United having a practice match. You can read all about them. They're in the A-League, joining for the first time, 2009, their first year, and if you're on the Gold Coast and you want to become a member, there you go, jump on the website and check it all out. So it was fun to head down to Broadbeach at night to see the guys going through their paces. They were playing a game against the local team Broadbeach. Some of the stars there from Brazil joining the team, and there's the young stars of the future warming up and getting ready. So as the coach gave the instructions, I thought I'd have a chat with the CEO of the club. Here he is.
All right, rolling Broadbeach on the Gold Coast with Clive Mensick from Gold Coast United. How you doing?
Very well, how are you?
Good, thank you, man. Now, the story in this team coming to be on the Gold Coast, it's exciting times, but if you could tell me briefly how it all came to be, the story of the Gold Coast team, that'd be pretty cool to hear from you all this.
Well, basically, we got a knock on the door and someone wanted some backers for the side, so Clive Palmer said yes, and that's where we are now.
It's exciting. 2009, about to be in the comp, eh? Must be riveting.
Mate, we are. We just can't help ourselves. I mean, it's really exciting to see the new players arrive now too, the internationals, and we've got a few more arriving in the next week or so. So, you know, these fixtures here tonight for the local people in the community is really a bonus for us, and you know, I hope they're getting the benefit out of it too, which I think they are. The kids are loving it. You can see smiles on their faces every time we're out at a club. They're getting their autographs and everything, and selling memberships, so it's all good, and we're getting great support from the public, so it's great.
Well, it's pretty awesome to know that the biggest game in the world is now on the Gold Coast, and we've got a team we can cheer for.
No, it is, and hopefully more people will realise that how big this great game really is, and take it to where it needs to be, and that's number 1 in the country.
Yeah, so it's very exciting times on the Gold Coast. Of course, it is the world game, and if the Gold Coast make the top 2 in their first year, they'll go into Champions League, Asian Champions League I should say, and play all around the world, and they've got an amazing squad, so anything's possible. But while these guys were chasing the dream, I thought I'd speak to one young player who's really got it all on the line, trialling for a contract. And this is what he had to say.
So it's Dean Smith?
Yeah, mate.
Where are you from?
Birmingham in England.
Okay. What's it like over there?
Not as good as over here anyway, mate. Life, totally different life, eh?
So I was just talking to Neil, the manager, the media manager here. He was telling me about your story. You're trialling with the club. Must be pretty, was it nerve-wracking out there when you're trialling?
It is, yeah, to a certain extent, not knowing the lads' names and all that, trying to get in there with the lads. But hey, they're quite welcoming bunch of boys, so it's all right, yeah.
How old are you?
25.
Okay, so you'd be in a position where you're thinking that this is a chance to really take a step up, isn't it?
Yeah, great chance if selected, hopefully selected anyway. Yeah, see how it goes anyway.
So what's it like growing up where you're from? Must be a bit different to here.
Oh, it's a lot different from here, mate. The weather for a start. Yeah, it's not as laid back and that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I much prefer it over here. It's great life, mate.
Having fun on the Gold Coast?
Yeah, brilliant life, mate. It's great.
Good stuff. Well, the thing I ask everyone meeting around the world is like if they could live the ultimate dream, what it would be. So if the gods are listening to you tonight and you had to live the ultimate dream, what would it be?
Oh, Jesus. Play for England, mate. Nowhere near that stage, though.
Yeah, so good fun catching up with Dean. He was giving it his best during the game, and from one young hopeful to a legend of the sport, Socceroo Paul Okon, the assistant coach. Here's some highlights from his career.
Maybe overlap, but Okon comes inside. Still Okon trying the shot. It takes a deflection and scores. Young Socceroo captain Paul Okon has the soccer world at his feet. He's a full-time apprentice with Marconi, leads his country, is regarded as potentially the best product to ever wear the green and gold, and more recently he received 3 big offers from European clubs.
Yeah, so he certainly had a great career, Paul Okon. There's some highlights there, and of course here he is as well in a highlight, taking the ball away from a defender and setting up a goal. But he's the assistant coach of the Gold Coast. He's going to bring a wealth of experience to them, and it was great to have a chat with him and ask him about his favourite moment in his career.
I'd say probably captaining Australia against Brazil for the first time at the MCG. Ronaldinho was playing in that same game, so you know, I'd captained Australia at youth level, and I'd always, you know, had ambitions to do it at senior level, and to have that opportunity and captain the Socceroos for a couple of years was, like you said, probably doesn't get any better than that.
If you had any advice out there to young kids that are maybe watching this and they think they might want to be a Socceroo or something like one day, what would you say to kids looking back on your career, the advice you'd give?
Yeah, probably to have an ambition, have dreams, and to try and fulfil them, and that means hard work, dedication, not giving up. And I guess if you can do all that, well, and you don't get to the level that you really want to, you can look back and say that you gave it your best shot. It's always a difficult one when players try and cut corners and don't make it. And they always look back and say, oh, if I'd have done this and done that. Well, if you do everything that's asked, needed, required, then you can look back and say, well, at least I gave my best shot.
Well, great to meet you, and all the best this year.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that's what it's all about, giving it your best and working hard, and anything is possible. And go United, it's going to be unreal. But this is what I love about making the web show, not having a clue about what I'm filming, especially this 10-day challenge. I got the bus home, and when I got to the bus stop, you wouldn't believe who I met.
Because we have two ladies from where exactly?
I'm from East Kilbride, it's just outside Glasgow.
Yeah, what's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, and what's your name?
Jade.
I guess you're from the same spot?
No, actually I'm from a wee place called Shotts, aka the Shire.
Right.
It's a wee small place, wee mining village.
And this guy's just rocked up too, he's been roped in by the girls. What's your name, buddy?
I'm Dave.
And where are you from?
Montreal, Canada.
There you go, so an international bus stop right here. I'm the local, I'm the Goldie. Why did you guys come to Australia? Why was that?
Because we wanted to meet lovely people like yourself, and we also wanted to do a bit of travelling around, like we watch a lot of Neighbours on Home and Away, and we thought we could maybe be the drunken Scottish girl that turns up in the bay, so we were looking for a wee acting job.
Well, let me ask you then, now that you've been here for a little while, it's been about 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
How have you found it, seeing as though the fantasy was TV and now you're here reality?
Well, reality, I am the drunken Scottish girl that's turned up in the bay, but I'm not getting paid for it, so...
And they're not so much tanned, they're more leathery. All the girls and things, they're beach babes, but leathery. Watch the sunscreen. Yeah, you need to apply the sun cream.
Slit and slap people.
Excuse me for a sec, why are you in Australia, if I can ask, if you don't mind being on the internet, by the way?
I don't mind. I just want to learn how to surf.
Is that why?
That's it, yeah. Pretty much.
How long have you been here for?
Over a month, yeah.
Okay. What's your favourite thing about it? What do you like so far? Have you been out there for a surf?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I just got aboard about a week ago. Wetsuit and all that, yeah. Haven't stood up on one yet, but yeah, one of these days. Yeah.
Good stuff, great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too.
So on one side of the bus stop it was Scotland and Canada, and then I went round the other side for another country.
Two girls, who wouldn't believe it, on the other side of the bus stop from Germany. How are you? What's your name?
Hey, I'm Sassy. I'm good.
And what's your name?
Maria.
Why are you guys in Australia? Why? How come you're here?
We're studying here in Australia.
Yeah. Studying what?
We go to high school.
To high school?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference then between a Gold Coast high school and where you go? And what part of Germany are you from?
From Stuttgart. It's in the very south.
Okay. And how do you find the difference?
Yeah, you can choose whatever you like here. Like we have surfing as a subject, and like it's heaps easier.
We don't have school uniforms in Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So you can just wear whatever you want every day?
Yeah.
So is it like a fashion thing then? Do you have to have a lot of money to buy the latest clothes in German schools?
Not really. Just wear whatever you want.
So what's your favourite thing about the Gold Coast so far? Like if you could tell your friends back home or something, what would be the favourite thing?
Yeah, the surfing. Yeah.
Well, the show that I actually do in real, apart from crazy bus stops where it's international, is like people chasing dreams.
Yeah.
So what do you think would be the ultimate dream for you? Have you worked out yet what you'd like to do?
I want to move to Australia.
Yep.
And like live here and have this easygoing life that everyone has.
Okay, and what about you? What would be the ultimate dream if you could live it?
Travel around the world and then see wherever I want to stay. And
well, what a great start. I mean, that's awesome coming out here for school. Yeah. Are you actually going to work hard and study here, or are you going to party?
No, we're party.
You are partying?
Sometimes.
All right, great to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.